We have to change our circumstances. Allah says in the Quran, Kuntum hayra umma ukhrijat linnas. Kuntum hayra umma ukhrijat linnas. You are the best of nations produced as an example to mankind. That is what Allah says. Zongos are usually condemned into places where crime takes place. People are not serious. They don't go to school. They don't want to do business. But a time has come for us to change this image. And I am very happy that I see examples from Zongos who are changing this image every day, every moment. So when God says something, we have to live it. God is not going to come down and change our circumstances. We have to live it. We have to change our own circumstances. Inna Allah la yugayyiru ma bi qawmin hatta yugayyiru ma bi anfusihim. That is what Allah says. Allah says that Allah will not change the circumstances of a people until they change themselves. We have to change our own circumstances. And therefore, let me encourage you to do the best that you can and acquire the skills and be serious about it so that you can help change your own circumstances. I have a small story to tell you. Muslims who think that manna will fall from heaven for you, you will stay in abject poverty. You will suffer. You will struggle to survive. Allah will help us, but we have to help ourselves. And so there was a man called Silas Mana. Silas Mana believed in God so much, he worshipped every day. Then he was implicated in a murder case. Silas Mana was arrested, sent to court. They asked him to give his version, what he knew about what happened. And Silas Mana kept saying that, I've been worshiping God every day, so God will come and prove my innocence. He waited and waited. God did not come. He was sentenced to death. And when they were about killing him, somebody who was a believer in God, when they were about killing him, he said, and I quote, "There is no just God who governs the world righteously, but the God of lies who bears witness against the innocent." End of quote. Do we understand what it means? Somebody who was a believer, he worshipped and worshipped and worshipped and expected God to come down and prove his innocence. God did not come. He died a kafir. He died an unbeliever. He died cursing God. There is no just God who governs the world righteously, but the God of lies who bears witness against the innocent. So let's change our circumstances. Let's rise up to the challenge. Zongos must rise up to the challenge. And I know that we will live up to it. But I want to even remind you, this world, it is not just about seeking spiritual development. It's not about seeking heaven. We must seek heaven. We must worship. We must do everything to appease God. But Allah also tells us that we must not forget our share of the world. We must not forget our share of the world. He says in the Quran, وَابْتَغِ فِيمَا أَتَاكَ اللَّهُ دَارَ الْآخِرَةِ وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. That's what Allah says. Allah says that, but seek through that which Allah has given you, the home of the hereafter, that is heaven. But he also says, and yet do not forget your share of the world. We are here for a purpose, to worship Allah. But Allah says we should not forget our share of the world. We must work. We must earn money. And we must live good. That is why when you are praying, you say, Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana. Then you come and say, wa fil akhirah hasana. We must live good lives. Many Muslims may have the resources, but they don't even want to show it. Because some Muslims have told them, don't show off. God doesn't want those who show off. No. God himself celebrates success. and is enjoined us to celebrate success. فَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. فَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. And so, my younger brothers and sisters, to achieve this success is not easy. You will fall many times. You will fail many times. You will fall many times. You will fail many times. But each time you fall, you rise up. That is what determines your success. I believe McDonald will tell you he's run different businesses and failed. I have opened different organizations, 3 different organizations, and failed. It is my 4th organization that survived. ACEP, Africa Center for Energy Policy. So you will fall and you will fail. But I want to assure you that you have fallen several times and you rose up to the challenge. When you were a child, learning how to stand up, you fell many times before you eventually stood up. So you have done it before, and you can do it again. You can do it again. You can do it again. So rise up to the challenge, do it, so that we will tell the whole world that Zongo is not a community that is left behind. We are running, we are even flying, and we will catch up with the rest of the world. I thank you. I thank you for the opportunity.